From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way up to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Well, temperatures finally dropped below 100 degrees for everyone in the valley today. And you know what? I think this might be it. I think yesterday was the last day. Triple digits have made their way to Northern California for the rest of the year. We'll get into that a little bit later here, but let's take a look at Kruger's Quickcast here for your Wednesday, October 9th. Now, of course, for tonight, we are going to be dropping down into those mid to upper 50s, even some low 60s for some of the warmer spots tonight in the valley. But otherwise, we're getting quite chilly for some of those higher elevations. I do expect mainly in the 40s for the higher elevations and expect to upper 40s to even some low 50s along the coast here. Not a lot of fog tonight, or even tomorrow morning for the coast, but there will be some clouds out there. So there you can see here, we'll call upper 40s for the coast, higher elevations, upper 50s for the valley for 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Still dry, but that will most likely change over the next couple of days. So we'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. But here you can see your forecast for tomorrow. I mean, we're dropping below 90s for those daytime highs in the valley, mid to upper 80s, and for the mountains in the 70s and some 80s for some of the warmer spots there, but otherwise in the low 60s along the coast. Temperatures will continue to drop after tomorrow, and you can see that looking at your 7-day outlook for the valley. Mid 80s by Friday, by Saturday, struggling to get out of the 70s. I think upper 70s to about 80. You can see how I've got a chance for showers in there. Now, again, stick around because we're going to be taking a look at the potential for that rain on Saturday, the timing of it, and just how much we expect. Otherwise, it's dry for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Then maybe another chance for showers. There's another week, but a little bit stronger system moves in next Wednesday, bringing us maybe another shot for some showers. And then, of course, for Siskiyou County and into Modoc County and the Eastern Mountains, also seeing that chance for showers again by the middle of next week as well. So we've got chances for showers in there. Temperatures are most likely staying just around or below normal for this time of the year once we get toward the end of this week and into the weekend. All right, that's your quick cast. Let's go into a deeper dive forecast. Let's get the story behind everything and talk about that rain in a little bit more detail. So we just might be done with the triple digits for the year. And we certainly saw that, of course, right? Today, we didn't get anywhere near the triple digits for the valley. And as we take a look at the long range, we're going to struggle to even get into the 90s eventually as we get into the weekend and through next week. Gradual cooling trend this week, slight chance for showers near the end of the week. Probably sometime around Friday night, Saturday morning is kind of the main event, if you will, at least for this first system coming in, and should stay below normal well into next week. Yeah, I mean, so it's looking a lot more pleasant out there. We look at the forecast winds. Yes, we still need to talk about that fire danger, right? So nothing unusual with the winds, but what we're going to notice on Friday is that the winds will pick up, especially in the valley to the east here and even in central Siskiyou County. But this is mainly in response to the cold front that is approaching Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and Friday night. So we're really not too terribly concerned about that being an element for high fire danger. All right, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So here you can see, we take a look at the humidity, and yes, it's still fairly low, but what we're starting to see happen is as the temperatures drop, our humidity levels are starting to increase a little bit as well. So when we factor all of that in, temperatures, humidity, and winds, we're still in that moderate range here that we have here for the valley on Thursday and even into central Siskiyou County. Now remember, Friday's the day that we see those winds really begin to pick up. But as we look at the fire weather risk, we're not seeing it get any higher. And again, that's typically really because the humidity levels are going to be a little bit higher. And on top of that, temperatures are going to be cooler. So the fire weather risk isn't going to be quite as high as a result. Now let's talk about those chances for rain. Latest forecast model data coming out Thursday morning. Not much in the way of fog for the coast, just some of those clouds kind of lingering around. Now I do expect to see some high clouds through the afternoon on Thursday, but probably a lot more sunshine here for your Thursday, but temperatures continuing to drop for your Thursday. All right, here is your Friday. And Friday morning, we're starting to see the clouds move in. You'll notice the rain is approaching at this point. As we go into Friday, 5 p.m., for the most part, the rain hasn't really arrived just yet. I'm expecting that by late afternoon, early evening, we'll start to see some showers for parts of the coast. Okay, so Crescent City, Eureka, and of course you can see the heavier rainfall still off to the west of us, even Friday at 5 p.m. Now this model only goes out to about 10 o'clock at night through Friday, so you can see the heavier rainfall hitting the coast and into Trinity County. Now I think that this particular forecast model might be overdoing it on the intensity of the rain. It's showing some pretty intense rain here, which would indicate we're going to see a lot of rainfall out of it as well. I don't think it'll be quite as intense, but where I do expect to see the heaviest amount of rainfall will be for the North Coast, will be for Trinity County, and this is going to favor more to the south, so we'll probably see less rain in parts of Siskiyou County and Modoc County, but heading to the south, a little bit more rain. And I think we'll see the typical shadowing in the valley as we go into Friday night and Saturday morning, but still a chance for some light showers for the valley Friday night, Saturday morning. Then we can take you into Saturday morning. We may see some more showers developing east of the valley in the eastern mountains. All right, let's take a look at the longer range forecast model and kind of get a better perspective of what's happening. So we've got this area of low pressure right here. It's colder air. It does have, of course, your typical shape of a storm, that comma-shaped storm. You've got the cold front right here. This is then moving eastward here, and there you can see that we've got those showers that are developing. But you see how it's breaking apart as it moves over the coastal range. So as I mentioned, I think the heavier rainfall will be on the coast and in Trinity County, but then as it moves over into the valley, it'll break apart once it hits that coastal range, and we'll see less rainfall as a result, but some of that making its way into the eastern mountains. But you see how it's kind of favoring to the south. Now, we go into the rest of the weekend, Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, even Tuesday looks dry, but then we've got Tuesday night into Wednesday, the next system coming in. This one looks to be a little bit stronger, and as a result, I think we'll see better chances for measurable rainfall in the valley and even to the north of that as well. It's not just favoring the southern portions of the area, but it is actually a little bit more to the north. But as you can see here, this is nothing all that significant either. Now, I want to take you through the end of next week because I just want to show you that the overall pattern is shifting. It's going to do a cooler pattern, number one, so we're going to notice the temperatures dropping, but number two, it's going into a slightly wetter pattern as well. What I mean by that is, yeah, we've got chances for showers, but at this point, I'm not seeing any major storms heading our way in a sense that we're really not going to see a lot of rainfall from these systems as they come on through. So I want to show you some of the rainfall totals through noon on Saturday. Remember I was talking how it's favoring to the south, and that's what we're seeing. We're just not seeing much in the way out towards places like Siskiyou County and into Modoc County either. But you can see even more is expected for Eureka than Crescent City, but not much more, right? You're only talking a few hundreds there. And I think it might be overdoing it on the amount of rainfall that it's showing here for the valley and maybe off to the east. So you get the idea. It's just not picking up on a lot of rainfall for Friday night to Saturday. And again, we'll extend this into Wednesday. See how I was talking about it's a little bit more impressive of a storm system. It's stronger. It might be overdoing it on the amount of rainfall that we're seeing here, but it is picking up on less rainfall because if we were to look at the forecast model before this, it was showing like 1.5 inches for Crescent City and for Eureka. Not the case now. So it is backing off a little bit as I'd expect, but I do expect to see less rainfall as you do head to the east into the valley. Bottom line, as I mentioned, yes, we've got chances for rain in here over the next 7 to 10 days, but it's not going to be much. And what we're starting to see happen with the Climate Prediction Center is it's just taking this area of green, and with each different forecast model run, it's pushing it a little bit more to the south here, indicating that we're starting to see better chances for that rain, especially for the northeast side of Northern California. Meanwhile, the gray area here is just basically saying we've got an equal chance of above normal and below normal rainfall. So what that tells us is, yes, we've got the chance for rain as I've been mentioning, but it's just not going to be terribly impressive. But bring on the cooler temps, that's what I say, because we've got that cooler air coming in from the Gulf of Alaska, and that's going to be moving down to the south and east and eventually pushing on through as we go into Friday and Saturday. It weakens, we start to warm up a little bit for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Then as we go into around the middle of next week, this trough of colder air moves eastward. Now, as I mentioned, it is a little bit stronger than the one that will be moving through Friday night into Saturday morning, and it will favor more to the north, and it will bring those temperatures down once again. So that's what we have to look forward to. Cooler temperatures and yes, chances for rain, but as I mentioned, not a lot. So you can see temperatures are continuing to drop. The peak of the cooling trend with this first storm will be on Saturday. Maybe even some upper 70s for some of the cooler spots in the valley on Saturday. It goes up just a little bit as I was mentioning. Then that next weak storm comes through. Slightly cooler, temperatures upper 70s to around 80, and then they start to kind of go back up again. So we're seeing these little mini roller coaster rides, but instead of roller coaster rides in the 90s and triple digits, roller coaster rides in the 80s. So we'll certainly take that. Temperatures are just going to be kind of hovering around that normal, right? Normal is about 84 degrees. Will be mainly around normal or just slightly below that, as you can see here, as we do go into the extended 10-day outlook. So that certainly is promising too, and we're talking temperatures. Now the wave heights are expected to drop slightly going into Thursday and Friday. It looks like they'll drop a little bit here, but we can start to see the next batch of stronger waves coming in with that system for Friday night into Saturday. So here's your marine forecast for Thursday. Northwest winds at 5 knots, waves from the north at 4 feet at about 7 seconds, and from the northwest at 6 feet at about 12 seconds. There's your high and your low tide. No alerts as of for tonight into tomorrow either. All right, so here's your forecast for tonight. Mid to upper 50s, maybe even some low 60s for some of the warmer spots tonight in the valley. We're talking mid 40s, give or take, for the higher elevations, and upper 40s to around 50 tonight for the coast. I'm not expecting that fog for the coast tonight or tomorrow morning, but probably still at least some mid-level clouds out there. So your Thursday forecast for Trinity County, temperatures mid to even upper 80s, 85 for Weaverville, 83 degrees for Lewiston, and 82 for a high in Trinity Center. There's a chance for showers Saturday and then again next Wednesday. Now when I say Saturday, it's mainly going to be Friday night, Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon looks to be dry for everyone, including the coast. And then, of course, Wednesday will be that next chance for showers for the coast. To take you up north, 80 for Gas Key, 85 in Hoopa, 87 for Willow Creek. So temperatures are dropping for those inland areas. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, temperatures mainly in the 80s, although up in the higher elevations here, you can see temperatures in the mid to even some upper 70s. 77 degrees for Wheaton, Mount Shasta City, 80 still for Dunsmuir, and about 78 degrees out in McLeod. Let's take a look at your Modoc County neighborhood forecast with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. So temperatures also starting to drop here. 78 for Alturas, 77 for California Pines, and there's Aden with a high of about 74 degrees. In your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, 69 for the high in Viola. Oh, that's looking pretty pleasant, isn't it? 75 degrees, though, for Shingletown, 72 Mineral, and Paradise, a high of about 81 degrees. All right, let's take a look at your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamith Painting. Your temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. 86 for Hamilton City, 87 for Los Molinos. There you can see Gridley, about 85. There's that chance for showers. Now, again, it's mainly going to be Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon should be dry for everyone. And again, if we see anything, right, most likely the valley is just not going to get much out of this here for Wednesday, or excuse me, for Saturday. There you can see temperatures upper 80s, 87 degrees for a high on Thursday for Redding, 87 for Red Bluff, and 88 in Palisadro. So there's a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding. See how the temperatures are dropping. We're down to about 80, maybe even some upper 70s on Saturday. There's that chance for showers Friday night, Saturday morning, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, slightly warmer but dry, with yet another chance for showers and cooler by next Wednesday. That's your evening update. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and live on Coffee with Kruger at 7 a.m. Have a good night.